Good afternoon. My name is Charles Apotheker, First Assistant District Attorney for Rockland County, in charge of all of the alternative to incarceration programs in the Rockland County District Attorney's Office. I'm joined today with Lorraine Glynn, one of our case managers for the various programs that the DA's office either runs or participates in. Today we're going to speak about our VATI program, which is the Veterans Alternatives to Incarceration program. During the Vietnam War, many combat veterans used addicted substances while in Vietnam and returned to the U.S. addicted. They used these substances like heroin and cocaine to ease their pain caused by undiagnosed PTSD. They became a burden to themselves, their families, and to the community at large. After the Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan wars, we began to see the same kinds of addiction and PTSD from our returning veterans. However, this time we had a treatment plan for these veterans who committed crimes caused by their addiction.
I want to thank First Assistant Charles Apotheker for inviting me to participate in the conversation today regarding our Veterans Alternative to Incarceration program, or VATI. I also want to extend a special thanks to District Attorney Thomas Walsh and Charles Apotheker for the continued support for all of our Alternative to Incarceration programs. It's through their support that our programs have become so successful and have had such an impact on our participants. I have a special place in my heart for the VATI program because my dad was a combat veteran who served in World War II and earned the Bronze Star. I mention that today because none of us knew he earned the Bronze Star until probably 8 to 10 years after he came home, because he felt that he didn't want to be called a hero. He felt that this was part of his service to his country. As a young child, I remember my mom having conversations with me regarding my dad when he came home. They got married the week before he was deployed, and she was without him for 2 years. When he came home, he had great difficulty sleeping. He was on edge most of the time. And he also had difficulty with his memory. In those days, there was no such thing as treatment for veterans. Fortunately, today that has all changed. There are so many opportunities available to our veterans, and particularly in this program. In our VATI program, I work closely with two facilities. The facility at Montrose, which is the Veterans Affairs Hudson Valley facility, and they offer our vets so many opportunities to be involved in so many things while our vets are going there. I also work closely with Samaritan Daytop Village, who is nationally acclaimed for their veterans program. And in fact, they have the only female veterans program, and we currently have one of our participants there right now. When I first meet with a veteran, I understand the complexities of what's involved in the veteran's life and try to work closely with the vet to identify an individualized and special treatment plan that I can work with the treatment facility. We can offer customized treatment plans while at the same time ensuring that all the judicial requirements for the VATI program are met. While in treatment and while organizing the customized treatment plans, our vets can receive treatment for chemical dependency, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other life challenges that our veterans are facing at this particular time in their life. We emphasize safety, respect, empowerment, personal integrity, and the healing power of relationships within a community of veterans in recovery. I'd like to refer to my notes now because I don't want to leave out anything regarding all the services that we offer to our veterans in these treatment facilities. We can provide group and individual counseling, relapse prevention counseling, trauma-specific therapy, primary and mental health care, vocational and employment services, family intervention, veterans benefits, housing assistance, and aftercare services. one of the most important components of the treatment is being able to have our veterans have mentors who are also veterans. I'm very thankful for the VATI program and the opportunity it presents to assist our veterans.
A few years ago, a relative was staying at my house and needed a ride to Kennedy Airport. She engaged a driver to come to the house, and he rang the bell. I answered the door, and he looked at me and asked if I was Judge Apotheker. He told me that he was in the VATI program a few years before. He was a vet who saw action in the first Gulf War. Not only was he still sober and in recovery, but he was building a business. Not only has he been my driver, but I have recommended him to many of my friends. He now has multiple vehicles and a number of people working for him. If you have a family member or a friend that's a veteran who was recently arrested and is addicted to substances, please call our office at 845-638-5001 and ask to speak with me.